Hey guys, Thunder E here, and today we have a battle vid. Now we're taking a look at the Lenovo Legion Go to see how it stacks up against the ROG Ally and the Steam Deck. Now if you're joining us for the very first time, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, notification icon to get notified with more videos like this on the channel. And yes, we have the Legion Go, we have the Ally, we have the Steam Deck. So let's take a look at the Legion Go first and see how it stacks up against these two devices. So the Legion Go is a Windows-powered portable gaming PC device, and just like the other two, this is the biggest craze we have right now. Pricing starts at $699, goes all the way to $729 for the 1 terabyte version. Also comes in 512, but as you can see, it's quite different from the other two. It's a much larger device, and also it's got a pretty large display, 8.8 inches in size, QHD display, 144 hertz, as well as also resolutions up to 1200. Now, you've got your standard layouts of buttons, you got the RGB lighting, you even have a little trackpad here, which is nice. But the difference with this compared to others is that you can detach said Joy-Cons, if you will, just like so. And you can also place it down with a built-in kickstand, which is pretty nice. That's also pretty cool to see with this device. Now, the device does come with a micro SD card slot. It's got 2 USB Type-C ports, volume rocker, power button. There is no fingerprint sensor there. And this Joy-Cons are pretty unique because not only do you have a left and a right where you can use and also place your device on the ground, it comes with this actually docking case that allows you to switch this button to FPS mode, and now you have an FPS mouse, and you can start gaming, playing games like Warzone, playing games like Doom Eternal. You can do it directly on that device. So that is the unique nature of the Legion Go. So let's move that aside and let's take a look at the OG in this department, the Steam Deck. Steam Deck comes in at 7 inches in terms of display. You've got very big bezels there. You've got 2 trackpads on the side, and you've got the PlayStation style joystick layout. Buttons are pretty much similar. Volume speakers in the front, and then we have a USB Type-C port, headphone jack, vents, you've got triggers, you've got of course customizable buttons as well, similar to the ROG. Now this display is a 720p display, but the pricing of the Steam Deck starts at $329 and goes all the way up to roughly around $600 with the 512 gigabyte version, which is pretty cool. So which means you can get this much cheaper. And of course you have Steam layout and it's running Steam OS. So all your games are gonna come from here. There are ways to dual boot Windows on here, but we're just looking at just the traditional pick up and buy, play and use. But it's a very unique device. I do like it. It feels really sturdy, not as heavy as the Legion Go. Now finally, we have the ROG Ally. This was the one that took the market by storm from Asus. It comes in white, that's the color. It's got, of course, that ROG feel to it. Speakers in the front. Display is a 7-inch, 120 hertz display. You've got your standard button configuration here. Of course, you've got your bumpers and triggers. You do have a power button with a fingerprint sensor. That's the only one that does have a fingerprint sensor on this device. Volume rocker, USB Type-C, and then you've got this external port that allows you to connect it to an external GPU. So you can actually game with a 4090 on this, if you will, which is pretty cool. And then you've got 2 more bumpers at the back. It's much lighter than the other two, feels smaller and portable, and when you look at it in size comparison, it is actually the smallest of the bunch. Of course, when I go ahead and connect this here, the ROG Ally is the smallest of all 3. So when it comes to size, the Ally is the more portable, while the Legion Go and the Steam Deck are roughly around the same size, but I'll say Legion Go feels a little bit bigger. So we have this devices, the sizes, price, all that stuff. Now, these two, the Legion Go and the Ally, are both powered by Windows. They are Windows-based devices. Both are running the brand new Ryzen Z1 Extreme. Both have 16 gigabytes of RAM, and both can go to a terabyte. Steam Deck, on the other hand, is not running the new chipset. Is running a Zen 2 APU, and you can go storage up from 512 to from 64 gigabytes to 512. also has 16 gigabytes of RAM and is running SteamOS. So there's a difference there. So what does it mean for software, right? SteamOS feels very stable and solid. You're looking at a game-built OS that allows you to just go in and buy your games, play your games, and enjoy the games directly, and everything runs at 720p. It's a set lock system and it works really well. And for the screen size and resolution, it's fine. Now, when you look at the ROG Ally and the Legion Go, both of them are running a Windows operating system and they both have their own specific software. ROG has, of course, the Asus ROG Crate, allowing you to go through your FPS levels and all that fun stuff, as well as also your games, while the Legion Go also has the Legion Advantage that allows you to look at the games you're playing, scroll through, select all that fun stuff there. I do like SteamOS just because it's locked in for gaming. I wish Windows has something like that. So let's take a look at games. We're going to be looking at games all on Steam itself, because yes, we can download games on Windows through other Play stores, but we're just keeping it to Steam so it's fair and balanced across all three. And we start off with Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Shadow of the Tomb Raider running at 720p for the Steam Deck. We're getting around 45 frames per second. For the ROG Ally, 60 frames per second. And then for the Lenovo Legion Go, another 60 frames per second. So definitely much better performance on 720p compared to the Steam Deck. When we went over to the max resolutions for both of them, we're getting 41 frames per second for both the ROG Ally and the Lenovo Legion Go. Now, our next game is Red Dead Redemption, and we play this in all three, with the Steam Deck giving us about 41 all the way to 55 frames per second. It does fluctuate there, while the ROG Ally and the Legion Go were giving us a solid 55 frames per second while playing both games. So that was actually pretty cool to see right there. And finally, Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal was one where on the Steam Deck we're getting 60 frames per second, while on the ROG Ally and the Legion Go we're getting much higher at 720p. The ROG Ally was getting about 80 to 90, while the Steam Deck took us closer to 110 frames per second, which is pretty nice. When we maxed it out with the max resolution, the ROG Ally dropped down closer to about 40s. Same thing with the Lenovo Legion Go. So when it comes to gaming, all three actually perform well. Of course, with the higher benchmarks going to both the Ally and also the Legion Go, because they do have that Z1 Extreme chip. Now, the best benefit though here is the separation when it comes to what you can do with the Joy-Cons. The fact that I was playing Doom Eternal more effectively on the Legion Go because it does have that basically FPS mode, and also playing games like Call of Duty Warzone, which I did separately and was getting about 66 frames per second on low settings. Being able to play that again like a true FPS is really, really outstanding. Now, when it comes to gaming audio, I just want you guys to take a listen to all three and decide, but I think the Steam Deck might have the lead here. So here's a quick sample. So that's pretty nice and cool. What about accessories? What do you get with these devices? So when you're looking at all three, when you purchase them, the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally come as is. There's nothing else to it. Though I do have a case from ROG Ally, which is pretty cool, and also have like a sleeve with a kickstand that allows me to have a kickstand with it. Again, that is an extra purchase. Same thing with the Steam Deck. That case also was bought separately, but the Legion Go does come with two accessories. One is the hard shell case, as well as also this FPS mode stand that allows you to put it in FPS mode, which does a huge difference in terms of gaming and performance while you're using this device. Now, in terms of temperatures, we're looking at temperatures that rise up to about 105 degrees for the Legion Go, as well as the Ally, while the Steam Deck is a bit lower at about 100 degrees or so at its maximum whenever I've seen it run the hottest. So they're roughly around the same, although the Steam Deck does run cooler with its chipset there. The vents do blow at the back, so basically you won't feel the heat unless you're really touching the back of the device itself. for all three when you're actually using them. All right, so this is quite interesting when you look at it and you're going, okay, which device do I like? Which device should I use? Which device should I buy? I think overall, when you're looking for a very steady operating system, the Steam Deck does have that, and you have a lot of games on Steam. But if you want the flexibility to play all your games where you have them, then you're looking at either the ROG Ally or the Lenovo Legion Go. Now, this is a really hard one for me because I do like the Ally and I like its lightweight capabilities, but I can't play all my FPS games on there. While the Legion Go allows me to play the games I do like to play, like a lot of FPS games, like Doom Eternal, Warzone, Counter-Strike, anything that is a shooter, or whether it's Halo Infinite, I can definitely play it on this device. And it still has the power performance, plus the larger real estate really goes a long way. And I definitely like it. Plus, and the pricing is still very competitive, $729 for the 1 terabyte version. Now, the Steam Deck can be expanded to a higher storage model, but you do have to use a third-party hard drive from Seagate. They actually offer one right now where you can do that and of course upgrade your Steam Deck to a 1 terabyte. Now, I will make a video for that separately on my gaming channel so you guys can check it out. But if you want to pick up any of these devices, and if you think I'm wrong by going with the Legion Go, let me know your thoughts. Otherwise, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and always enjoy it.